Hi, welcome back guys. This is your friend, the fanfiction guy, back with another fanfiction. This is the first part of What If Issei Became the Phantasm Dragon and Got 2 Powers. Now before starting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. Prologue. Ugh, now that rain is gone, what should I do? A young boy said as he walked through the park. The boy seemed to be around 6 or 7 years in appearance. He had spiky dark hair with some white strands and evidence of his foreign blood. The same could also be said about his skin, which was somewhere between light tan and pale white, and his eyes, with yellow eye on the left and black one on the right, showed that he had a rare case of heterochromia, probably also caused by his foreign heritage. While he was still youthful in appearance, it could be seen that he had already surpassed the children of his age with his height at 140 centimeters, dwarfing the rest of the children that were playing at the park. Why does he have to go to Europe anyway? Now I have no one to play with. I want to play with the other kids, but they say that I'm too tall to play with them and that I'd cheat since I'm too tall. I need to find someone else to replace Rin, but how can I do that? The boy said, depressed. As he wandered aimlessly through the park though, he suddenly came across a peculiar sight on one of the benches at the small park. A young girl, probably around his age from her appearance, give or take a few months, was currently fidgeting on the bench while looking like she was really scared about something but also anticipating it. Although he was still just a kid, the boy was mesmerized by what he had seen. Long white silver hair that reached her waist, clear sky blue eyes, pale white skin, along with a white dress with black frills that reached just below her knees. All of them accentuated her foreign yet elegant, strange yet breathtakingly beautiful atmosphere around her. Now, he was clearly not an expert in this kind of thing, evident from his age, but he had at least asked his father this one time about why he married his mother. Dad, why did you marry Mom? I mean, not that Mom isn't pretty or anything, but I'm just curious, the boy asked his father. Curious, huh? Aha, I guess that should be common for kids your age, right? Aha, all right, come here, the father said as he motioned towards his lap. Following his father's instruction, he sat down. Now, look in the kitchen. What do you see? The father said. I see Mom cooking dinner for us, the boy answered, unsure of what his father's intent might be. What else? She's smiling, and she's humming that song that she always sings when I'm going to sleep, and she also seems to be really happy, the child answered enthusiastically. What about her eyes, Issei? The father said, addressing him directly. Her eyes, Issei said while tilting his head, confused. Mom's eyes look really pretty and warm and kind, and there is also this kind of calm feeling when I look into Mom's eyes, and somehow I know that tomorrow will be better than today, Issei answered. The father smiled after hearing Issei's answer. You see, Issei, that's why I married your mother, because she taught me that life isn't only filled with fighting, battles, and war. That even with my bloody past is only history, today is a present, while future is like the mystery gift that you receive every weekend at that restaurant. The father said, eliciting a laugh from Issei since he clearly knew what his father's talking about near the end. About the bloody thing and all of that, Issei didn't give any thought since he didn't understand it. Is that why you love Mom, Dad? Issei innocently asked. Yes, that's why I love your mother very dearly, a lot more than anything else in this world. But that doesn't mean that I don't love you, Issei. I love you very much. After all, you're the proof of our love and also our beloved child. Thank you, Dad. Right then, I promise that when I grow up I'll find a girl like Mom, so that I'll also be as happy as Dad is. Issei said out loud. Look forward to it, kiddo. The father laughed in reply. Back to the present, Issei was still staring at the girl. Looking again at the girl's eyes, he noticed that the scared sky blue orbs had the same kind of atmosphere that his mother had. Although right now it was being hidden behind fear and apprehension, he knew that behind it all lied the same warmness and kindness that he had seen in his mother. Resolving himself, he decided right then that he wanted to make the girl smile, no matter what. He then started to walk towards the girl slowly so he wouldn't startle the girl. Hey, I've never seen you around here. What's your name? Issei asked awkwardly. My name is, the girl stuttered. Sorry, it must be rude of me to not introduce myself first. My name is Hayato Issei. Nice to meet you, Issei introduced himself, albeit still a bit awkward. And my name is Valiana Lu, El Cipher. Nice to meet you too, the girl, Valiana, said. If Issei noticed that Valiana suddenly changed what she wanted to say, he didn't say anything about it. Hey, do you want to play tag with the other kids? Issei offered. Yay, Valiana said confused. Come on, just come with me already. It will be fun, I promise, Issei said while pulling her hand. Alright then, Issei, Valiana followed Issei. Geez, just call me Eyes, alright. Everyone calls me that. Oh okay, Eyes, Valiana said with small blush on her cheek. Now, come on, the others are waiting, Issei said, pulling Valiana with him. Since Issei managed to find someone to replace Rin, the other kids allowed him to play with them again. But of course, since Valiana was a girl, they couldn't be too rough on her, or any other girls for that matter. For the first time in forever since with her family, Valiana felt happiness, and hoped that somehow this would never end. Soon enough, 5 hours had passed and nearly all of the kids had left the park with their parents, leaving only Issei and Valiana around. Before they left though, they took a photo together using a Polaroid camera that one of the kids got from his parents. After that, the other kids made Issei and Valiana take a picture again, except this time it was just the two of them while they were holding hands. This was because they thought that since Issei was the one that invited a girl, moreover a pretty one at that, to their games, he should have the privilege of taking a picture together with her, much to their chagrin and blushing. "Ni, eyes," Valiana said. "What is it, Anna-chan?" Issei asked Valiana. Over the course of the tag, Issei started to call Valiana Anna-chan. His reason was that Valiana was too long to say, so he shortened it to Anna, resulting in another blush from Valiana. "I wonder if we can still do this tomorrow," Anna sadly answered. Why not? You'll still be here tomorrow, right, Anna-chan?" Issei asked, confused with Anna's answer. "Well, it's just, my grandfather won't approve of this. Ever since my parents were gone, he had been the one that took care of me. And he always says that I must not meet other people and play with kids my age. Hey, what kind of a grandpa is that? If he truly cares about you, he should allow you to play. After all, it's not dangerous. And no, it's not that I'm afraid of other people, it's more like I'm scared of grandfather. If I disobey him, grandfather will become angry and then he will punish me. I don't want to be punished," Anna said with tears now flowing from her eyes. "Oh, Anna-chan, don't cry, all right. I promise that I'll always protect you, and then you won't have to face your mean grandpa again, how about that?" "He promise?" Anna asked while wiping tears from her eyes. "I swear on my life," Issei said, bumping his fist to his chest. "Oh, then this will surely be interesting," an unknown voice suddenly said out of nowhere. What was that voice? Issei thought, but without having any chance to think further he was suddenly hit by something in his stomach, resulting in him crashing into a nearby tree. "Eyes!" Anna cried in alarm. "Ugh, what happened? My back hurts," Issei thought. What the? Who said that? Issei frantically thought. Eyes, are you all right?" Anna ran to crouch beside Issei. Hey, stop right there, my little disgrace. Or would you like that boy to disappear like your parents? A voice suddenly called Anna, who froze when she heard the voice. Turning her head towards the source of the voice, Anna's face morphed into one of terror and fear. Grandpa. Now, what did I tell you about calling me grandpa? I told you to call me Raizum-sama, right, my little disgrace? Or do I have to punish you again before you understand, you little bitch?" The now identified grandfather said. He looked like a middle-aged man, probably in his late 30s or early 40s, only a couple of years older than Issei's father, with long silver hair and a beard. He was also wearing some sort of weird attire which was silver in color. With his appearance, Issei found it quite difficult to believe that he was a grandfather of someone, not that he had any time to dwell on the matter now. Hey, why did you say that to Anna-chan? You're her grandpa, right? That's not nice, Issei angrily said. What a persistent boy. I've already kicked you with a portion of my power, and yet you still resist like a cockroach. Quite commendable, really, for a trash like you. All right, because you're still going to die, boy, I'll tell you everything. My name is Raizum Livin Lucifer, the son of the Mao Lucifer himself. And that little disgrace over there is the horrible excuse of a granddaughter of mine. That imbecile son of mine, the proud and great devil, the descendant of Lucifer himself, dared to marry a woman, a human woman. What a joke. I truly relished it when I killed both of them, really slowly. The sound, the voice, the wailing, now that's ecstasy, Raizum said. What? But, you said that mother and father disappeared, and so you took me in, but you actually killed them. Why? Anna asked, distraught by what she has just heard. Why, look at me, girl. Look, Raizum said while spreading hands. From his back sprouted 12 black leathery wings, like those of a bat. Look, the ultimate proof that I'm the true descendant of the Lucifer. Only a true descendant of the original Mao can have more than one pair of wings. And yet that imbecile dared to dirty this pure blood, this proud blood, by that of a lowly human, utterly unacceptable. So that's why I killed that ex-son of mine, and your bitch of a mother too, Raizum nonchalantly said. Why you? I hate you, Anna screamed as she charged Raizum, only to be kicked in the stomach. Anna-chan, Issei shouted as he saw Anna's body getting flung out to a nearby tree. Why did you do this? You are family, right? So why are you doing all of this? Issei asked while still trying to move his injured body. Why? Listen up, boy. Devils are beings that have to be evil, wicked, brutal, bad, scum, brutal, and vicious. Copying what's done by a hero. That is something that a just person would do. You know, beings like humans and angels. And what are we? You do know we are evil and bad existences, right? Then isn't it obvious what we have to do? Raizum loudly said. Devil. Is that true? Does that mean Anna-chan is a devil too? Is she evil too? Issei's muttering, distressed. And no, don't listen to him, I truly meant what I said before. I truly cherish the time when we were playing, and I really want to play with you again, I'm truly grateful that you invited me to play with you. So please, believe me, Anna pleaded. Yes, of course. Why should I doubt Anna-chan? She's my friend, and friends never doubt each other. Don't worry, Anna-chan. I'll always believe you, Issei replied. What the hell with all of this lovey-dovey crap? Alright, change of plans. I actually wanted to torture you first, boy, before I killed you in front of this little bitch. But you've already taken quite a bit of time from me, so I'll have to kill you now, Raizum said while lifting his right hand, gathering his devil power. Hey no, Ana-chan. Duh. Ana crumpled over after she blocked Raizum's attack intended for Issei. Ana-chan, are you alright? Issei frantically asked. Ugh, I am fine, Eyes, Ana replied. TCH, what is this? Just like your father, getting in my way when I tried to kill your mother, and finally died together with her, pathetic. Fine then, though I already had plans for you, if you want to die with the boy, so be it. Just don't regret it, Raizum said with a manic glint in his eyes as he gathered more demonic power than before in his right hand. Looking at the immense energy, Issei could only stay still hugging Ana's weak body, trying to protect her. TCH, is this it? I finally found what I'm looking for. And yet, I can't protect her at all. Please, my body, move, 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 move. I need power, power, power. I want more power. So be it, boy. I shall lend you my power. Pray, Issei shouted, along with a new unknown voice. From his back, Issei also sprouted wings like Raizum, except he only had 2 pairs. One was a pair of metallic white-colored wings with transparent blue webbing, while the other was a pair of white scaly wings, like those of a dragon, with black and yellow patterns on the webbing. What the hell? Divine dividing and dragon wings. Are you fucking kidding me? This boy is both a dragonkin and the current Hakuryuku. Raizum said, surprised by what he had seen. Lifting his right hand, Issei shouted again. Suddenly the amount of demonic power that Raizum had, both the one in his right hand and in himself, drastically decreased. What the? Bruh. Issei shouted at the top of his lungs as he charged and delivered a punch straight to Raizum's solar plexus, throwing him to the far end of the park. I did it. Ugh, Issei said before he fell unconscious to the ground. Eyes. Wake up, Eyes, Ana cried out while frantically shaking Issei's body, trying to wake him up. Don't worry, he's just unconscious, a voice suddenly said. Who's there? Ana asked, startled and scared by the voice. She had enough with sudden and mysterious voices for today. Hey, is that a way to say hello to your uncle? A man then appeared. The man appeared to be quite tall, around 188 centimeters, and also young, maybe around 20 seconds. He had average build, black hair with golden bangs, and black goatee. You Uncle Azazel. Yep, your beloved good old uncle, the now identified Azazel, the Governor General of the Fallen Angels in the Grigori, said. Uncle, Ana cried as she hugged Azazel. There, everything's gonna be alright, okay, Azazel said as he patted Ana's head, trying to calm her. Azazel, what are you doing here? HN, oh, Raizum. Yeah, looks like the boy has done quite a number on you, huh? Azazel said as he turned his head to look at Raizum. Raizum's attire now had been dirtied with grime and dust, with a tear here and there. There was also blood flowing from his midsection and his mouth. TCH, the boy's just lucky, that's all, Raizum answered. Ahaha, maybe. But you know what you have to do now, right? Azazel suddenly turned serious as he narrowed his eyes at Raizum. For a while, none of them spoke a word, silently communicating with their eyes, until Raizum relented. Grrr, fine. But remember, Azazel, I shall return for them, Raizum said as he disappeared using a magic circle. And at that time, they'll be ready for you, Raizum. Now, Veliana-chan, let's go home, alright. Azazel said to Ana. But what about Issei? We can't just leave him there, Ana said. Don't worry about your little boyfriend, Azazel said, resulting in Ana blushing madly. How about you come out now, him? Huff. You always know, huh, Azazel. A man then came out from between the trees. He looked like he was in his late 20 seconds to early 30 seconds. He was quite tall, a bit taller than Azazel. He had a lean but muscular body. His hair was black with blonde strands. His eyes were like Issei, except that his left eye was the one that was black, while his right eye was gold-colored. So, it's truly you, PFFFD, ha. Azazel suddenly erupted into an uncontrolled laughter. You uncle, what's wrong? Who is that man? Ana asked, confused with her uncle's outburst. To think that you, PFFFD, the battle maniac, KHK, turned over a new leaf, married a human woman, and then had a son. Oh, this is gold, Azazel continued to laugh while wiping fake tears. TCH. Alright, Azazel, please, stop it, the man said again. Alright, I'm sorry, PFFFD, Azazel wheezed while still recovering from his earlier outburst. Phew, to answer your questions, Veliana-chan. That man is your future father-in-law, Azazel teased Ana, resulting in Ana blushing madly again. And nice to meet you, Mr. Hayadu, Ana said to the now identified Issei's father, while still trying to control her blush. No need to call me Mr. Hayadu. Hayadu is my wife's maiden name. My name is Chrome Dub. You can call me Chrome, Veliana, or even Dad. What Azazel said is right, you're going to be my daughter-in-law after all, Chrome said as he also teased Ana. Alright, Ana complied, now already became redder than a tomato. But still, to think the evil dragon of evil dragons become a father. That's quite unbelievable, you know, Azazel said. Ana said, confused. Hey, I have my own reasons and circumstances, you know. That being said, what are you going to do now? Chrome asked. I intend to bring Valiana with me to the Fallen's territory. I'm going to train her so she can survive on her own. What about the boy? At first I had hoped that he won't be exposed to the supernatural world until he was at least a teenager, but I guess that's just wishful thinking. The only thing I can do now is erase his memory, and hope that it will be at least 10 years before he's exposed again. I want him to at least have a normal childhood, you see. Besides, his mother will kill me if she finds out his son is exposed to the supernatural this early, Chrome continued in whisper, though no one paid that any mind. Hey, but does that mean Eyes will forget me? Anna asked, scared that Issei would forget her. No, don't worry, I'll just modify his memory about meeting Rizvam. He'll still remember about you and playing with you. But that means you can't see him anymore, at least not until he's exposed again to supernatural world, Chrome explained. I see, Anna said as she looked down. Hey, don't be sad. You both have a photo of both of you together, right? If you miss him, just look at the photo. I'm sure Issei will the same. To see my son take his first couple photo, time sure flies fast, Chrome said. Why yes, you're right. If I miss Eyes, I can just look at the photo. Thank you, Mr. Chrome, Anna said gratefully. Alright, now that's done, let's go home, alright, Valiana, Azazel said. Why yes, Anna said as she stood beside Azazel. Black light started to envelop both of them. How about the training, Chrome? Surely, he can't stay like that, even if you seal his powers and the divine dividing, Azazel asked. Don't worry, there's a lot of ways to train someone without magic, you know. Besides, the seal will automatically break on his 18th birthday or if he's exposed to the supernatural world, Chrome answered. I see. Well then, see you next time, Chrome, Azazel said with a smirk. See you again, Mr. Chrome, Anna cheerfully said, though she still had some sadness in her eyes. After that, both of them disappeared in a blinding light. Now, to do something about my son, Chrome pondered as he walked to near his son. Have they left? Yes, they have left, Albion. Good, now we can talk about your son, my current partner. But still, I agree with Azazel. To think that the Crescent Circle Dragon married a human woman and become a father. Moreover, the father of the current Hakuryu, that's what I'd either call fate, or a really bad joke, Albion chuckled, holding his laugh. Yeah, stop it. I don't want that said to my face again, alright. Chrome sighed. And Azazel's already bad enough, Chrome murmured. Hey, fine. Let's get back on topic. Okay, I'm sure you've heard the outline. I'll seal you, along with Issei's draconic power, until his 18th birthday or until he's somehow exposed to the supernatural world on his own, when the seal will break on its own. That's a good plan. Except for one thing. What is it? When I first woke up, I lent your son my power, as you know. But somehow, he accessed part of my powers that is supposed to be out of his reach. And that is, he used half dimension. Are you sure? Isn't that can only be accessed if the user is in balance breaker form? Yes, I am. Even I don't know what is the reason. I presume this is connected with your son Draconic's heritage, hence why he somehow can access more powers than my previous bearers. After all, none of them are half-dragon or even have dragon blood in them. But this makes his young body receiving too much strain, moreover from what Rizvam has inflicted to him. Continual exposure towards magic and the supernatural I fear will endanger him, especially since he never as much as coming in touch with any of them before now. I see. How long do you think he needs? When I examined him, around 5 to 6 years. 10 years, right before he matures, if we really want to be safe. That means he may be ready before his 18th birthday, Chrome said, thinking deeply. What should we do now? Albion asked. We changed the plan a bit. If he is truly ready before his 18th birthday, then that is fate. We will change the condition of his memories returns into when he is physically and mentally ready towards the supernatural instead of the 10 years countdown, Chrome finally replied after thinking a bit. You already have some plans, don't you? Albion asked. Well, even if I'm now an ex-evil dragon, I'm still the Crescent Circle Dragon, right? So, of course, I have some cards in my sleeve, Chrome answered. Then let's do this. Alright, I hope you're ready, Albion. See you again in around 10 years, hopefully, Chrome said as he lifted his right hand, glowing with black and yellow power. Looks like my son's life is going to be so much interesting. I'll look forward for it, kiddo. Oh shit, how am I gonna explain this to Tomo? Oh man, I'm so screwed. White, and then red. White again, and then red again. White, red, the cycle kept continuing without end. As the vision zoomed out, the color suddenly changed. Both white and red turned into a pair of dragons. Flying above a desolate land, both of them were fighting with each other. Biting, clawing, exhaling fire, wrestling with each other, both of them kept fighting until what seemed to be forever. As the scene of the fight became a bit tedious, it changed again. As opposed to earlier, the color that existed now was only white as far as the eyes could see. An unknown voice came out of nowhere. After the voice stopped talking, the vision was altered again. Now there was a girl, with silver long hair that reached her thighs, standing in the middle of the field of white. We will meet again soon, Eyes. But before that, you must wake up, the girl spoke. And then, everything went dark. As soon as the dream ended, 17-year-old Hayato Issei, second year at Kyo Academy, woke up in his bed. What the hell? What's that dream? Issei thought. Examining his clock, he saw bright blue 01 staring back at him. God, it's still midnight, what happened? As soon as he finished that thought, Issei suddenly felt a pain in his head. Gah, what is this? Issei's mind screamed in pain. Along with the pain, he also saw some images in his mind. And my name is Valiana Liu, El Cipher. Nice to meet you too. A silver-haired girl introducing herself. Anna-chan. Don't cry, alright. I promise that I'll always protect you, and then you won't have to face your mean grandpa again, how about that? His younger self, no more than 7, promising to protect said girl. My name is Raizum Livin Lucifer, the son of the Mao Lucifer himself. A silver-haired man, the girl's grandfather, appeared and admitted to being the cause of the girl's pain. 2 pair of wings, one metallic in nature while the other was more natural, burst out from his younger self's back. In the last image is his younger self charging towards the man, punching the man right at the solar plexus, after which he lost his consciousness. Those images, these memories, 10 years ago. Don't tell me. Issei's eyes widened. Moving his body from his bed, Issei went to his desk and picked up his phone. 10 years ago. Today is June 13th. 10 years ago must be also around that, which means Anna-chan, Issei muttered, distressed. Yes, 10 years ago is exactly the day when I met Anna, and also the day when she returned with her relatives after were attacked by someone who intended to kidnap Anna. Wait, kidnap her? Does that mean Raizum? Does that mean my memories are telling the truth? That devils, dragons, and the supernatural are real? Got him it. Now all of this is really making me confused. Issei held his head, overwhelmed by what he was thinking. Wait, calm down. Take a deep breath. Dad always said that a calm mind is a key in every battle. Issei took a deep breath as he calmed his mind. Once he managed to calm his mind, he picked something up from his desk. It appeared to be a photo of young Issei and a silver-haired girl, Anna, holding hands and blushing heavily, albeit still smiling, while looking at the camera. Anna, now, what should I do? Well, I better do some exercise. It's too early for a jog, but Dad always says that doing exercise can help distract you. Now that I think about it, all these things about exercise and martial arts started 10 years ago, isn't it? Issei thought as he changed into his workout clothes and then lied on the floor, doing sit-ups. I guess I should just confront them directly. I mean, they are my parents, what's the worst that can happen? Note to self, do not tempt fate, Issei thought, and sweat dropped as he went down the stairs of his house to have breakfast with his parents before he went to school. After Issei was done exercising, he continued to mull over his new memories until he realized one fact. Raizum said that he was a dragonkin. That meant one of his parents must be sort of draconic in nature, probably. That explains why I have 2 pair of wings. The metallic one, I had a feeling it doesn't have anything to do with my supposed dragon's heritage. The natural one, however, Issei contemplated. Reaching the dining room, Issei looked at his parents, still weighing his choices of whether to ask directly or not. Oh, Issei, did you get enough sleep? Chrome, Issei's father, asked as he read a newspaper. Why yeah, I slept long enough, Issei answered awkwardly as he sat at the table and ate his breakfast. Issei, are you sure? Your eyes look tired, are you sure you're not sick? Tamo, Issei's mother, also asked, concerned with her son's well-being. Tamo was a beautiful woman in her late 20s to early 30s, though she seemed to be younger than Chrome. She was quite tall for a woman, though she only reached Chrome's shoulder. She had red eyes and waist-length lilac-white hair that was let loose. Although her appearance was like that, she's a natural-born Japanese. Her appearance was caused by her apparent albinism. I'm fine, Mom. Really? Issei lied. Really, Issei? If you're sick you can just stay at home today, you know, Tamo said again. Well, the thing is, Dad, are you a dragon? Issei bluntly asked. The only reaction that Issei received was just how his father tensed and a muttering of, he's ready, huh? Issei, Tamo said with wide eye, not believing that the day she feared the most had arrived. Sighing tiredly, Chrome said in serious tone, Issei, once you finish school, come home immediately. We have something to discuss. Okay. Anyway, I've finished. I'm gonna go to school now. Love you, Mom, Dad, Issei awkwardly said as he stood up from his chair and picked up his bag. Issei, you forgot your goodbye kiss? Tamo exclaimed. Oh, really? Yeah, I forgot. Issei then awkwardly kissed his mother's cheek, and then he was kissed also on the cheek. Geez, Mom, I'm not a kid anymore. Issei scrubbed his own cheek, embarrassed. Fufufu, you'll always be my little baby, Issei. Alright, be careful, don't be late. Tamo told Issei, albeit with a sad look. I won't, Issei replied as he went outside. Tamo sighed as she saw Issei's gone. Chrome, is Issei? Tamo said, worried about Issei. Yes, the probability is quite high. But don't worry, he won't be outright feeling other supernatural beings' presence and vice versa. We still have time to teach him how to control his powers. It seems that I have to go back to my old lair to get my equipment, Chrome said as he also stood up from his chair. I see, make sure you come home before dinner, okay? Or else, Tamo narrowed her eyes at Chrome. Stopping just as he was about to go out, Chrome turned his head as he shivered. Of course, honey, the disguised dragon submitted, not wanting to experience what happened 10 years ago again. Sighing to himself in exhaustion, Issei continued to walk. From their reaction, looks like I'm right. Dad is a dragon, huh? What does that make me? Half dragon. Is this even what a 17-year-old should think? It's almost like I experienced those so-called second-grader syndrome, Issei thought as he walked in slow pace towards Kyo Academy. As Issei arrived at the school gate, he's surprised by what he saw. And what surprised Issei most was currently standing in front of the school gate, watching over the students who came through it. This feeling. It's similar to Raizum, Issei thought, surprised by what he felt. Hayato, what are you doing just standing there? You're hindering other students. Shitori Sona, the bespectacled student council president, reprimanded him. She had black hair and short bob cut with violet eyes. Snapped out from his daze, Issei quickly answered, "Oh, apologies, Shitori-senpai." After that, he quickly went to his classroom, ignoring his feeling of trepidation. Even after the class had begun, Issei was still continuing to think about what he had seen this morning. So, Shitori-senpai is a devil. Wait, Shitori. That is Citri, one of the 72 demons of Ars Gotia. Wait, isn't there also one Riz Gremory on the same grade as her? Gremory is also from the Ars Gotia. Don't say that. Issei finally understood why his father kept telling him that learning about demonology would help him greatly. In caution, Issei slowly used this newfound sense of him to cover the whole school while still trying to not be noticed. In the end, he found out that the whole school was covered by Devil's Energy's signature. 1, 2, 3, so many. As Issei thought over this newfound fact, he realized, man, this sucks. Can't I just skip today? What the hell? What should I do now? Issei sighed as he asked himself for the 1,000th time. Looking outside from the class through the window that was on his desk's left side, Issei continued to contemplate on what he had found out earlier that day. So many devils. I just hope that none of them found out what I am, or I will be dead in any moment. Oh wait, how can I be sure that all of them are like Raizum, and none of them are like Anna? Ugh, who am I kidding? The possibility is just too high to ignore. Sighing again, Issei turned his head to look around his class. It's lunchtime at the moment, so the amount of the students that were in the class was quite small. Ugh, I just hope that school will end fast, so I can go home much sooner. Finally, thank God that I managed to act normal all day. Don't them to be suspicious of me, at least until I understand all of this, after all. I just hope that Dad and Mom can explain all of things to me, Issei thought as he walked on the street towards his home. Opening the front door, Issei said loudly, I'm home. Ah, good afternoon, Issei. Go take a bath first, we'll have a dinner once your father has returned, Tamo said from the kitchen. Okay, Mom, Issei replied as he went to his room. After he took his bath, Issei went downstairs only to see his father was being treated by his mother. All of his thoughts about confronting his father gone from his mind. What happened? Issei asked. No, don't worry. I just got into some scuffles with my friends back at my hometown. Chrome tried to ease Issei's worry while chuckling. Hometown? You mean Ireland? Issei put up a confused expression. Yeah, I got something to do back home, so I have to come back, Chrome explained. Oh, wait, you went to Ireland this morning, and then went back tonight. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but I'm sure as hell that that's impossible. Especially since we don't have a private jet, Issei narrowed his eyes as he crossed his arms. Realizing his slip, Chrome tried to come up with something as a rebuttal. We do have a private jet. Only to fail miserably and received a raised eyebrow that not unlike his wife's. Sighing in surrender, Chrome looked at his wife for help. No, dear, I can't help you now. You are the one who slipped, so you have to bear the responsibility. Now, I'll leave both of you here to talk this out while I prepare the table, all right? Tamo said as she went to the dining room. Dad, Issei asked again, his eyebrow still raised. Curse me in my mouth, Chrome muttered as he tried to come up with an explanation. Oh, I'm not good at this kind of thing. Let's just settle it like this. After dinner, come with me to my study, Issei. I'll explain everything there, Chrome said with a weary tone. You better explain everything, old man, Issei replied, not knowing how truthful his statement was. After the dinner, Issei followed his father to his study. He usually wasn't permitted to enter his father's study, except when his father occasionally gave him books to read, and even then, it was only a glimpse. So, he was quite surprised to find shelves of books lining the walls. Pulling some books from the shelves, Chrome then threw them to Issei, who catch them. Read them, Chrome ordered. What? You hear me? Oh, okay. Examining the books, Issei noticed that they are books about various mythologies around the world. One book for each of the really popular mythologies like Greek, Japanese, Norse, Hindu, Egypt, Celtic, and one more book about lesser-known mythologies. There are also 3 books explaining about the Christian mythologies. The last book was the thickest and heaviest. Its cover, unlike the others which were just like plain normal encyclopedia, except that there seemed to be more sophisticated, was made using some foreign leather, with a black and yellow colored dragon image burned to it. Its title was written in a language which is foreign to Issei, and yet he could read it just fine. The title was read, Encyclopedia Draconica, and below it was written, owned by the Crescent Circle Dragon. Crescent Circle Dragon. Who is it? Wait, don't tell me my father is. Dad, does this mean you really are a dragon? Issei looked up from the book to look at his father. Ha, I knew you can read the words. This means you are a true dragon. Chrome laughed. Wait, are you saying that I am also a dragon? Issei asked disbelievingly. Well, not a full-blooded dragon, more like a half-dragon, though I know that you have figured that out already. But if we were to ignore the technicality, yes, Issei, you're a dragon, since even half-breeds are as strong as pure-blooded ones and still immortal, albeit you're still a really young one, Chrome answered. HF. T then, Mom is not a. No, your mother is a human, though she is not an ordinary human, Chrome explained. Then who is she? Issei asked. All in good time, kiddo. All in good time. Now, just read one of those books for tonight. Continue for tomorrow night and the next nights too, one book for each night until you're done. And then you will understand, Chrome said. Okay, but I guess I will start with this one. Issei lifted Encyclopedia Draconica with his right hand while holding the other books with his left one. Now that's a good choice. Look like you're truly my son. Go on then, you can read it here. I will try to answer any questions you have, Chrome said as he leaned on one of the shelves. Nodding, Issei sat on the nearby desk and started reading the book. Far into the night, past midnight or so, Issei managed to finish the book. Putting the book down on the table, Issei looked at his father with an uncertain stare. So you are. You actually are. I am a. Issei stuttered as he didn't know what to say. An evil dragon? Yeah, I am. Well, to be exact, I'm an ex-evil dragon, but that doesn't mean anything, right? After all, I was evil, Chrome answered with wistful smile. Aye, Issei still stuttered. Drawing a deep breath, Issei composed himself and calmly asked, Why? Now that's the question, isn't it? The answer is quite simple. I met your mother. I met her all those years ago when I was roaming the world after Balor's death. At first, I thought she was just like any other human female, maybe a little more than normal, but still the same. But then, it happened. I fall in love with her. And she with me. We then had you. Of course, I always had the choice to just leave, but somehow, I just don't want to. I somehow knew that she is the one for me. So, I decided to settle down with your mother, erasing any traces of my existence and choosing to live here in your mother's birth country. Chrome recounted the past with a nostalgic smile. Do you regret it? Mating with, marrying a human female? Issei asked again, still fixing his stare at Chrome. No, not in a million years, or in forever, in that matter, Chrome replied. But, Mom is mortal, she will be gone one day. And then you will be all alone as a dragon can only have one mate in his whole life, Issei said with both sad and confused expression. Well, haven't you read the book? Do you forget about the soul bond? Chrome now the one who asked Issei. Yes, I have. It means wait, are you saying that? Issei asked with a disbelieving expression. Of course I established a soul bond with your mother. I finally found someone who I love dearly. Do you think that I will let her go so easily? Chrome answered with a haughty expression. Wait. Doesn't soul bond mean that if one dies, the other one will also die? PFF, as if I will make things as impractical as that. Even if I'm no longer an evil dragon, back when I was one I was called the strongest evil dragon, you know. Do you really think I will let something like that kills me? Well, what did you do then? I modified it, of course. Rather than one die when another die, I made it so that your mother will only die when I die. So, don't worry, your mother will still be with us for a really, really long time. And before you ask, your mother will stay young. After all, dragons are beings of pure life force, meaning that we can't die, only reincarnate after some time. So your mother won't age because of running out of life force anytime soon. I see. Wow, you really thought out all of it. Huh, Dad? Issei was amazed by his father. I may be a battle maniac, but I'm not stupid, you know. On a side note though, your mother was not really accepting of the idea at first. So, I had to use you to blackmail your mother until she agreed to the soul bond. But I don't think she regrets the decision, Chrome smirked. You really love Mom, don't you, Dad? Just who is Mom, really? You're damn right, son. About who your mother is, now is not the right time for you to know. You have finished the book, right? Now go to sleep. Don't want you to be late for school, do we? Oh, and take the Encyclopedia Draconica with you. It belongs to you now for you to keep and add to it. Okay, I also need time to digest all of these things. Anyway, Issei stood up from the desk, carrying the book, and went to the door. Oh yeah, Dad. Is it about the devils at your school? Yeah. What should I do? Nah, don't worry about them. They're the peaceful lots. As long as you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Not all devils are like Rizvim, you know. Issei went wide-eyed at the name. Don't worry, son. Once I'm done with you, you will kick his ass back to Kingdom Come, Chrome joked with a grin. Something tells me this will be much harder than what you're subjecting me to right now. Well, looking forward for it then, Dad, Issei answered, also with a grin. Good night, son. Good night to you too, Dad. Issei looked back at his father while opening the door. Arriving at his room, there's only one thing in Issei's thoughts. I must become stronger. Phew, I finally finished Dad's training, Issei thought as he trudged his way to the school weekly. After that night with his father, Issei continued to read the books every night, and after 3 weeks, managed to finish all of them. It's not like his reading speed was slow, it's just that the day after he finished a book, his father would ask him some questions and discuss some subjects with him about the book he just read, in order to make sure he memorized and understood the knowledge from the book. It showed that the elder dragon wasn't just some dumb musclehead. He wasn't book smart, but at least he could think on his toes. So far, it's not a bad thing. Issei managed to get some information that might give him some advantage if in case he had to fight against another supernatural being. After that though, he was given 1 week time by his father to prepare himself for training from Chrome. What? Training? Issei asked dumbly. He just finished the discussion about the last book last night. He didn't expect that he would just continue straight to the Spartan level training. Yes, Issei. It is time for upgrading your training, Chrome answered patiently while drinking his tea. I see, Issei continued before taking a deep breath. All right, I'm ready. When do we start? Tonight? Nope, not yet. I still have to prepare some things. Maybe the day after tomorrow. In the meantime, I expect you to prepare yourself, because this time will be so very different than before, Chrome said that with a really scary grin, like a predator watching its prey. It was at that time that Issei finally believed that his father used to be an evil dragon. Gulping, Issei affirmed his will and then also grinned. Well, bring it on, then. But still, as good as the training is, it is still 2 full months of hell. I even still can't feel my left side of the hip. Issei lamented in his heart. Oh well, I am positively stronger than before now though. Dad might be not proficient in magic, but he covers it with his skillful fighting style that he created over his years of continual battle. Moreover, Dad gave that to me. Yeah, its power is sealed, but still, to think that Dad has something like that. Alright, that's it for today, Chrome signaled for Issei to stop. Falling and then lying on the ground exhausted, Issei spoke. Huff, huff, why stop now? Usually we will stop much later. Oh, do you still want to continue? Chrome taunted with a hungry grin on his face. Realizing that he just dug his own grave, again, Issei just shut his mouth. Haha, relax, I'm just kidding. In fact, today is the last day of your training. I think you now can take care of yourself. After all, a whelp can't always be guided all his life, Chrome said. The grin before now was just a proud smile. Issei just stayed silent at that, knowing that if he said something, it might end up deepening his grave. Oh well, stand up. I have a gift for you, Chrome said while putting his right hand inside his pocket dimension. Standing up, Issei just stared at his father. Pocket dimension was just one of many skills of the dragon race. Because dragon was a race of arcane creatures, so of course they had magic skill such as this. Pulling his hand from the pocket dimension, what Chrome had in his hand was a long spear. The length was around 2.5 meters, and both of its shaft and its head are colored white, with blue and yellow patterns on it. Dad, what is that? Issei asked dumbfoundedly. Hey. Be honored, my son. For what you see in front of you now is Brionac, the spear that Lug himself used to kill Balor. Chrome proudly announced. What? But how? Well, you know about my past. After that shining brat, damn that kid, killed the old fart, I might or might not had silently taken the spear out of the old fart's body without anyone knowing and then ran away. Besides, no one actually realized that I had taken the spear. Everyone was too absorbed in praising the shining brat's victory, so it's fine if I took it, right? Chrome said with that signature grin of his again. And this is your gift for me, Brionac. Issei asked, still not believing all of this. HMPH, do you think I will just give Brionac to you as it is? Of course, I have tweaked it a bit. Currently, it isn't as strong as its original state since I have sealed its power, so you will have to be stronger in order to break the seals one by one, Chrome said, throwing the spear to Issei. TCH, figures. Well, fortunately I like to use spears more than swords, Issei said while opening his hand. With his training so far, catching the long spear was an easy feat for him. But still, only use that as a last resort, okay. We don't want you swinging around a 2 meters long weapon of mass destruction around the neighborhood, do we? Chrome joked. Yeah, I understand, Issei replied as he put Brionac into his pocket dimension. Continuing to walk towards the school gate, Issei didn't notice the crowd that was gathering in front of him until he bumped to Madohama and Matsuda. Oh, oi, Issei, watch where you are walking, will you? Madohama said, fixing his glasses irritably. Sorry, guys, I just don't have too much sleep lately. Issei laughed nervously at the end of the statement. TCH, you probably just watch videos until past midnight, right? Just say so, Issei. We understand, Matsuda said while nodding sagely. Sighing, Issei just decided to go with the harmless assumption, yeah, whatever you guys said. And both of them just accepted it like that, turning back to once again saw whatever it was that occupied their attention before. So, what's going on, really? Issei asked, curious on the reason why a crowd gathered in front of school. What? You don't know? Okay, you have to see this. Only then you will know true magnificence. Both of Matsuda and Madohama said as they pulled Issei to the front of the crowd. There, walking to the school entrance were 2 persons that were acknowledged as the 2 queens of Kyoto. One is Hajime Akino, with long lustrous black hair, pale skin, calm demeanor, and ever-present smile. It's no wonder she's called as Yamato ne Chiko by other students at Kyoto. Her amazing proportions also didn't help others from looking away for her at the corridors. If Akino was a true Eastern beauty, then Ria's Gremory could also be said as a fine example of a true Western beauty. Long red hair reaching her hips, pale skin, sparkling blue eyes, elegant and refined movements. Moreover, with the rumors of her noble background, the title queen wasn't just a mere title anymore. But still, though Issei admitted that they're beautiful and all, he wasn't that enamored with them. After all, he already had that special someone in his heart. In fact, seeing them only reinforcing his will to become stronger for her and also bringing him a sense of longing, along with a sense of foreboding. Both of them were devils, after all. I wonder what are you doing right now, Anna? If at that time, I've been really strong, would you still have to go? No matter, what's past is past. Right now, I only need to make myself stronger, and then, we will surely meet again, Issei thought as he clenched his fist. Turning his body, he left the crowd as he strode silently into the school ahead of the others, though that action was still noticed by the two queens. Aura, it seems there is still someone who can resist our charms, but you, Akino whispered to Rias. Yeah, and to think that it is a male, very interesting. Akino, do you mind if I ask you to investigate his background a bit? I have a hunch we might find something interesting, Rias asked Akino. Yufufu, don't worry, Butchu. I think I might share your sentiment towards that boy too, Akino giggled. I see. I expect it to be finished before we do our duty tonight then, Akino. Yes, Butchu. All right, that's it for the day, Issei thought as he picked up his bag and came out from the school. I managed to improve my physical abilities through training, but I still don't think this is enough. I should continue training once I got home, Issei continued his thought as he walked his way home. Suddenly, as if he's under someone's influence, he deviated from his way and went to an abandoned manor. When he realized what had happened, he had already taken a step inside the manor. Wait, what am I doing here? Issei thought as he regained his senses. As he turned back towards the manor's entrance, the doors suddenly closed. From the shadow of the abandoned building, an alluring voice sounded out. Yufufu, this is the first time that someone managed to wake up earlier. But no need to worry, just come here, and I will show you something that will greatly please you. Once again, as if under someone's influence, Issei suspected it's the voice. He walked towards the source. Yes, come here, dear. I'm sure you'll be very pleased by what I am about to show you. Shit, what the hell is going on? Wait, I've read this before. Devils used to use magic to seduce and consume their victims, but that should have been outlawed long ago. Don't tell me I'm going to be its dinner. Issei frantically thought, somehow managed to retain his consciousness this time. After a while, Issei finally managed to see the source of the seducing voice. To say it was ugly would be the same as calling an 80-years-old grandma as beautiful as a supermodel. What Issei saw was so grotesque that he actually glad that his father managed to drill some mental fortitudes into his basics. Although the main body was those of a beautiful woman, Issei wouldn't comment on how she was naked, but it's not like he paid that any mind. Issei's main focus was the big pairs of claws that the woman had that functioned as her legs. All in all, she looked like one big centaur-like monster that seemed eager to eat him as a dinner. Oh shit, I'm actually glad that I haven't eaten dinner yet. I don't know if my stomach can handle all of whatever that thing is, devil or not, Issei blanched. And now that voice that I keep hearing is also getting louder. Wait, voice, is this related to that thing that Dad said to dwell inside of me? Yufufu, don't put up such a pent-up expression, my dear. I assure you, this will end very soon, and you surely will experience euphoria from it, the half-woman half-devil said. Euphoria, my ass. I would rather run away or at least stuck that claws of yours into any of your holes I can reach, if you have any that is, Issei sarcastically thought. Now, let's begin, shall we? Bon appetit, it said as it drooled. Oh, fuck me. Boy, suddenly Issei could move his limbs. His training quickly took over and he managed to dodge the devil's jaws by a hair-breadth. Okay, what happened? Why can I suddenly move? Issei asked himself. That voice again, why does it feel so familiar? Duh, miss. But no matter, this time you will end up in my gut. Take this. The devil then swung her claws towards Issei. Oh god, here she goes again, Issei thought as he jumped quickly to escape the claws. Come on, boy. If you don't want to die, call my name. Call me. Ugh, this voice. Just what am I supposed to do? Issei thought as he frantically dodged every strike from the devil. TCH, you may be fast, but you can't dodge forever, human. Die now. The devil swung her claws again, this time they're imbued with magic. Oh shit, guess this is it. Boy, the voice again. Got him it? Fine. His name is Albion, Issei shouted at the top of his lungs. A pair of blue wings appeared from Issei's back and lifted him up into the sky. It looked like dragon's wings. The webbings were blue-colored and seemed to be made of energy while the frame was white-colored and adorned with yellow spikes. This feeling. It's just like that time 10 years ago, Issei thought in surprise. This voice, I recognize it now. It's the same as the one from 10 years ago back. Your name is Albion, right? Does that mean Yes, you're this generation Hakuryuku, though we will talk about that topic later. For now, focus on the enemy in front of you. Alright, now that I got a chance to fight back. Be careful, it is a devil, albeit a stray one. Do not underestimate it. I see. Now let's see what we can do, Albion. Let's go. Issei dived directly towards the stray devil. You must be suicidal, the stray devil chuckled as it once again swung its claws at Issei's direction, only for Issei to dodge it more easily than before. Now that Issei had divine dividing, he could even maneuver in air. As he dodged the stray's attack, his hand touched the stray devil for a short time, activating Issei's sacred gears ability. This is, the stray exclaimed as it could feel its power decreasing. As Issei concentrated, he dodged the stray's increasingly more aggressive attacks while keep decreasing its power through divide. It seemed the devil had somehow sensed that Issei was now too dangerous for it to face and so intended to end this as soon as possible. Steady, now. Issei then punched the stray devil at its face with all of his might. It hasn't ended yet. Issei then quickly followed with a kick, imbued with his draconic magic. Hey, Issei, isn't it time to use your spear now? Albion suddenly said. You mean Brionek? How do you know about it? I live within you. How can I not know things like this? I see. Here we go then. Issei pulled Brionac from his pocket to mention. Now try channeling your power into it. By how you finally managed to unlock me, you should be able to at least break one seal now. Okay. Channeling his draconic magic into the spear, Issei tried to break the first seal by overloading it with his magic. Of course, the stray devil didn't just stand there doing nothing. Seeing a chance, it quickly sent out another barrage of attacks towards Issei, only to be dodged. Oi, I'm not so stupid to just stand still while preparing my weapon when fighting, alright. Issei said. But you sure act like one, Issei. Og, whose side are you on, Albion? Just pointing out some facts. You clearly inherited that from your father. Whatever. Here we go. Hurrah. Continuing to overload Brionac's first seal, Issei finally managed to break it. In an instant, Brionac's appearance changed. Its spear had changed from its initial appearance into one that was longer, thinner, split into two uneven parts, and had serrated edges from the spearhead until the shaft part that was close to the head. Damn, that's cool. I wonder what the perfect Brionac looked like. I know. Let's end this already. It's nice seeing you, Miss Stray Devil. But sadly, our path has to diverge here, Issei said as he once again gathered his magic into the spear. Why? The Stray Devil said in confusion, at the same time noticing the building magic power inside the spear. Shit, too late. Let's do this, Albion. Take this, Saban, Issei shouted as he threw the spear with all of his might at the Stray Devil who was trying to escape. The spear went through the Stray Devil, somehow emitting a bright light in the process, making a small crater and cracks on the floor. Meanwhile, the Stray Devil's corpse had somehow evaporated from the intense light. Damn, I know that since Lug is the god of light, Brionac should carry similar properties, and that devils as creature of darkness should have some weakness against light, though not as much as against holy property, but this is ridiculous. To the extent of evaporating the corpse. Issei, not to burst your bubble or anything, but there are some unknown magical signatures coming here, though I believe that they seem to be devils from their presence. There are 4 of them, I believe. I suggest we get away now before getting ourselves into another mess. I see. Yeah, I agree. Better to call it quit now. Issei quickly landed, called off Divine Divider, grabbed Brionac, stored it, and then quickly run away from the manor. As Issei left the manor, the silhouette of someone could be seen from one of the dark alleys not far from there. Damn it, kiddo. It told you to be careful in using Brionac, but no, you just had to create something could almost be categorized as a mini-sun and then flaunting all of your powers in the process. TCH, be glad that I'm at least here so I could make a barrier to restrict all of your magical power. Oh well, let's just erase the magical residue. My son has just killed his first prey, after all. It's something to be celebrated. I just hope that Tama won't get any gist of this, Chrome muttered in annoyance. He then teleported into the manor, waved his hand in order to erase Issei's magical residue in it, and then teleported back into his home. Not long after Chrome left, 4 shadows could be seen to be landing at the abandoned manor. Once they landed, they hid their bat-like wings, showing that they're devils. Huff, we've finally arrived. Why we suddenly can't teleport near the manor. The one who seemed to be leader of the group said. From the voice, they seemed to be a female. Ara, looks like we can somehow use our teleportation magic again, another voice said in a playful tone. This one also seemed to be female. What? Really? What actually happened here? The leader asked to herself as she held her head. A magic circle then appeared right beside her ear. Hey, hello. Yes, we're at the location right now. Okay. Nothing's wrong. Alright, you're welcome, the leader suddenly exclaimed in loud voice. What is it, Butchu? A different voice, this time seemed to be male in nature, asked his leader. Huff, the Archduke has just called. He said that the Stray Devil has been eliminated and then thanked us for it. Ara, but we haven't even done anything yet. That's also what I'm thinking, Akino. Then there's someone else who killed it, a new voice, this time also a female, though a bit younger compared to the other 2, said. You're right, Kaneko, and we have to find who is it. If they're friendly, then there's no problem, but if they're somehow hostile, we might get ourselves into a big mess. So much for celebration. Hey, Issei groaned tiredly as he once again walked away to school. You know your mother is just worried about you, right? Besides, I agree with her that right now Brionac is too much for you to handle. I think confiscating it for now is the right decision. I know, it's my first kill, you know. Dad always said that a dragon's first kill is their first step towards adulthood. I suppose I just want it to be memorable. I think having a big dinner with your family is quite memorable. You have a family who cares so much about you, Issei. There are others out there who might be not as fortunate as you. Issei instantly reminded of Anna. Yeah, you're right, Albion. I guess I should be glad for what I have right now. Issei absent-mindedly thought as he continued to walk, until, he saw a nun tripped on the road, with her panties fully shown to the world by how her dress had fallen. I don't see anything, I swear, Issei answered frantically as he covered his eyes with both of his hands. If he had to admit, he might be a bit perverted and had sort of a big breast fetish, but that didn't mean that he's willing to be as far as taking advantage of another person like this. It's just plain rude and disrespectful, not to mention a bit creepy. Ooh, I'm such a klutz. I can't believe I fell down again. the nun said as she got up and tidied her dress. Only after Issei was sure that the nun's dress was now proper that he uncovered his eyes. Is that Italian? Yes, it's not uncommon that those who are affiliated with the church are speaking Italian or Latin. Better be a bit careful, Issei. Issei grunted in confirmation. Hey, are you all right? Issei asked as he decided to help her by offering his hand. Oh, yes, I'm all right, the nun answered as she took Issei's hand up and pulled herself up. Did you speak Italian? The nun asked. Oh, yeah, my father taught me. Oh, where's my manner? My name is Asia Argento. Nice to meet you. My name is Issei, Hayato Issei. Nice to meet you too. Actually, I'm a bit lost. Can you help me out, Issei-san? Well, sure, why not? Where do you need to go? Do you know where the church is? I'm assigned to the one in this town. Church? The only church here is the one near the forest, but it has been abandoned years ago. Why did the church only send a nun again now of all times? Suspicious, Issei thought. I know where it is. Come, let me show you, Issei said as Asia began to follow him. Along the way to the church, they stumbled upon a crying boy whose knee scraped pretty badly. Going over to the boy, Asia's hands hovered over the boy's wounded knee and glowed a green light. Don't cry, little one, you're going to be fine, Asia said gently to the boy. As the light subsided, the boy's knee had already healed. Almost as if there's no wound in the first place. The boy looked amazed as he saw his wound vanish in front of his eyes. Issei, meanwhile, had another feeling altogether. Albion, that is. Yes, that's a sacred gear. That's the twilight healing, if I'm not wrong. There you go. It's all better now, so don't cry, okay? Asia smiled at the boy. Once Asia returned to where Issei was, she noticed that Issei was staring at her. Forming an expression that seemed to say, please don't ask, Asia just stared back at Issei. Well, shall we continue our walk? Issei asked, choosing to be ignorant of what he had just seen. Yes, Asia stuttered, surprised by Issei's lack of surprises and questions. Why didn't you tell her that you know about sacred gear? Albion asked. A nun with a sacred gear suddenly comes and serves a church that has been abandoned since years ago? Don't you think that's too suspicious? Issei explained. Do you think she's dangerous? No, not her. It's those that behind her being sent here that I'm worried about. A church that has been abandoned is used after such a long time. This is a fallen angel's scheme, no matter how you see it. Yeah. If I remember correctly, Twilight Healing is a sacred gear that is capable of healing any being, including devils and fallen angels. There's a chance that she accidentally healed a devil or fallen angel without she knew about it, hence the reason for her excommunication. I see. I assume you're going to use the spells that your father has taught you. Yeah, in fact, I have already used it when she took my hand back when I helped her. I didn't know whether it's a necessary or not, but I see that's the right decision now. I can see the church. Thank you for escorting me, Issei-san. Asia shouted as she saw the shape of the abandoned church, snapping Issei out of his conversation with Albion. Yeah. Is it fine if I leave you now? I still have school, Issei said apologetically. Oh, although I want to invite you in first for a tea, Asia said sadly. It's fine. Maybe sometimes, Issei said. All right. It's a promise then, Asia exclaimed happily. Okay, see you later, Asia, Issei waved his hand. Do you intend to fulfill that promise? Albion asked as Issei walked to his home after he got out of school. Of course, why not? True, fallen angels might attack me, but I've learned how to suppress my magic signature. And even if they attack, albeit Brionac is confiscated for the moment, I can still use enhancement magic that Dad taught me, Issei replied. As they walked through the neighborhood, Issei suddenly stopped as he walked near to one of the houses. Albion, this smell is. Running quickly to the source of the smell, Issei passed through a barrier situated around a house. What the? Barrier? Issei, the door is opened. Better tread carefully, Albion warned Issei in his mind. Heeding the warning, Issei tensed and walked slowly into the house. As he got into the living room, he saw a mangled corpse of a man crucified to a wall. Surprised, but not panicked, Issei instantly calmed his mind and focused his attention to his surroundings. Inhale, exhale, repeat. Do not panic. Just do it like when I trained with Dad, Issei thought as he inspected the room for any clues to what might have happened. Impressive. A normal being might have retched out his intestine when he saw this sight. Pray tell, who are you? I saw you notice the barrier, meaning that you can sense magic, but I'm not really sure from what race you are. How about you be a kind boy and tell me, will ya? A voice sounded out from the shadows. As the voice's owner stepped out, Issei could see a white-haired man wearing what appeared to be priest's clothes, a crazed expression on his face. This is bad. I can see that he is dangerous, and I still know nothing about what actually happened. Better stall some time, Issei thought. Well, I'm a human if it's not obvious. Though if we were talk about faction, then you can say I belong with the fallen faction, Issei decided to act nonchalantly. Really? How so? The white-haired man asked, interested. Well, I'm not really part of the faction, if that's what you're asking. It's just that Azazel once saved my life from a devil. Saved from a devil. You must be that one guy that those bitches are ordered to protect then. I wonder why Azazel ordered those bitches to protect humans such as you. You might be conscious to the supernatural, but I don't see any reason why Azazel might want to protect you. Even if you say that, I also don't know why the governor of the Grigori wants to protect me, Issei lied. The truth was he did have an idea on why Azazel might want to protect him, probably because of a certain silver-haired devil, but the man opposite of him didn't need to know that. I see. Well, I think it's enough for the pleasantries, don't you think? Really? Won't you have problems if the higher-ups know? You know what they said, no corpses, no murder. The man cackled before suddenly charging at Issei, pulling a sword handle that turned into light sword and a gun. Yeah, I know, Issei thought as he dodged the attack. Kruba, Issei whispered as his magic circle appeared and his mana covered his hands, forming claws made of white and black-colored energy. He then retaliated against the man using his claws, surprising the stray exorcist. Ooh, now that's something you don't see every day. Alright, now I'm convinced you're not a part of the three factions, but you also don't belong with humans. What are you really? The priest asked as he broke out of the scuffle. Well, I can't tell you that now, can I? But just so you know, I'm half human, Issei answered. Really? Well, no matter. You'll still die anyway. By the hands of Fried Selzen. The mad priest shouted as he let loose a barrage of blessed bullets at Issei. Shit, Issei thought as he frantically dodged the bullets and parried the bullets that he couldn't dodge. Yet, a stray bullet managed to hit Issei at his shoulder. Expecting some pain, Issei surprised when he saw only his clothes that were shredded and a bruise formed on where he was shot. Even Fried showed a dumbfounded expression on what had just transpired. Albion, what happened? I don't know, Issei. True, if it's a normal bullet, it will only leave a bruise due to how strong Dragon's skin is, but this is a blessed bullet. Maybe. Albion didn't finish his words as the stray priest spoke again. Interesting. Apparently my bullets don't work on you. I wonder why. Fried said out loud with an intrigued expression and tilted head. Well, now what? Want to continue this? Issei said as he got into his fighting stance again. Nah, even I know that I'm at a disadvantage right now, Fried nonchalantly said with another mad grin on his face. A magic circle then appeared beneath his feet, no doubt for his escape. Albion said. I know, Issei replied. Don't you dare run away, you damned priest. Issei shouted as he tried to grab the stray priest. See you again for another time, rare kind. Since I really want to be the one to take your head. Fried then disappeared with a mad laugh as Issei went past him. Shit, Issei, what is our next move? Albion asked. I think we should return to Dad first. I have some idea on what's going on, but I want to hear Dad's thoughts first on all of this, Issei answered. With that settled, he quickly left the place after erasing his traces, not noticing a red-colored magic circle that appeared as he left. It all began with a shout. What in hell do you mean that our son has to go there alone? Tomo shouted at her husband. Issei, your mother is scary, Albion said to Issei in the latter's mind. Well, she is a mother. I think scary is in their job description, Issei said back. Albion's sweat dropped. Well, we certainly can't do anything unless Dad and Mom reach a compromise. Issei replied. I told you, Tomo, it's Dragon's tradition to let their hatchlings experience the world themselves. We as parents may be able to prepare him as much as we can, but we can't give him any help directly in his journey, Chrome patiently said to his wife. But he's our son, Chrome. Damn it, what if he is hurt? Tomo shouted again as fire could be seen in her eyes and on her arms as her anger increased. Whoa, all this while, I thought I was hallucinating when I saw Mom's arms on fire when she's angry. Looks like I wasn't, Issei thought as he saw the fire on his mother's arms increased in intensity. Albion asked. I also want to know, Albion, Issei replied as they both watched the argument only became worse. Deciding to end it, Issei opened his mouth. Don't worry about me, Mom. I will be fine, Issei said, causing his mother's fiery stares to move to him. Issei, I don't think that's a wise decision, Albion said. Stepping closer to his son, Tomo then grabbed Issei's shoulders so tight that somehow it hurt his dragon's physique. Oh, don't worry, Mom. I won't get hurt, Issei repeated to calm his mother down. Are you sure? Can you really promise me that you won't even get a single scratch? Tomo asked with slightly teary eyes. Well, maybe not exactly scratchless, but I will be fine, I promise, Issei said again. Ugh, arg, you two are just the worst. With that, Tomo released Issei's shoulders and ran to the second floor while sobbing. Ugh, now I feel really bad, Issei thought. Good job, Issei. Even I never make my mother cries, Albion scoffed at his host. Aha, not helping, Albion, Issei sarcastically replied. At that moment, Chrome decided to speak to Issei. I think you might have known it, but your mother is just really worried for you. Having you in the middle of dangerous situation like this is the first for her, Chrome explained. The one 10 years ago and the one with Stray Devil don't count, Issei asked as he lifted an eyebrow. Well, those got resolved in one sitting, so she didn't know about them until they ended, but this time is different. She will have to sit here waiting as you confront your enemies. It's normal that she's on edge because of it, Chrome explained further. I see, Issei said as he looked down. TCH, don't worry about that. Chrome then smacked Issei's back, eliciting a whoa from the young man. Now, go out there and give those crows a good beating, alright, Chrome said with a bloodthirsty grin. Don't worry, I will, Issei replied as he sported a smirk. As he watched Issei left the house, Chrome couldn't help but to think about the past 10 years. That boy might be a lot more like me than I realized. Kakaku. How I pity those crows. Well, better prepare for the celebration then, Chrome said as he went to the kitchen. Suddenly, Tomo's voice could be heard from upstairs. Chrome, if Issei is even the slightest bit hurt when he came back, you will sleep outside until New Year. Do you understand? Frozen in his steps, Chrome replied stiffly, I understand, honey. Good. Tomo's voice then could no longer be heard. Issei, for the sake of both of us, you must return home unharmed, Chrome thought as he could feel cold sweats on his skin. All right, based on what we have seen so far we can conclude a few things, Issei thought as he walked in the direction of the abandoned church. First is that the abandoned church must have been occupied by the fallen without anyone knowing, Albion said. Yeah, Asia and that stray exorcist Fried must also have come here because of the fallen. We can safely assume then there must be other stray exorcists at the church, their base of operation. But what's their purpose here? It doesn't seem like their objective has anything to do with the town. Well, who knows? What I know is that whatever their purpose is, it doesn't seem to be for the good of this town. And so they are in need of a goodbye. Issei's thought was cut off as 3 shadows were flying towards him. Shit. As Issei got into a fighting stance though, the shadows turned out to be 3 wounded fallen angels. Their wings were injured with lots of black feathers were torn off here and there. One of them, the one in the middle that Issei thought as the leader, was a female fallen angel that had the appearance that was close to his age, with long black hair, dark purple eyes, and wearing an outfit with dominatrix theme, leaving nothing to imagination. The other 2 were a blonde young girl wearing gothic Lolita outfit and a blue-haired woman wearing a trench coat. Albion said in a warning tone, I'm not looking at anything, I swear. Issei replied as he tried really hard to look anywhere but the dominatrix-like outfit. Are you the one named Hayato Dub Issei? The black-haired fallen then spoke. Alarmed, Issei replied, How do you know my name? Fufufu, Asia told me quite a lot about the boy that helped her, and besides, my father also told me quite a lot about you, the girl answered. Your father? Issei put on a confused expression. Yeah, I forgot to tell my name, right. Nice to meet you, Hayato Dub Issei. My name is Rainier, daughter of Azazel and Penemu of the Grigori, while the blonde girl and blue-haired woman behind me are Middelt and Calla Warner. The girl, Rainier, answered with a naughty smirk. It took Issei a few seconds to process the statement. Say what? That Azazel, the one that is known to be able to rival Fafnir in perverseness. Issei said out loud, resulting in a tick mark appearing on Rainier's head. And just like what my father guessed. Apparently, you're so like your father, huh, Hayato Dub-san. Rainier said with angry tone. Sorry about that, Issei apologized. Huff, even though we're giving it our all to tell you about Kakabiel's plan. Rainier spoke again. What, Kakabiel? Issei asked with a confused expression. You know about the Cotters of Grigori, right? Rainier asked exasperatedly. Yeah, I know. They are Azazel, Penemu, Shemhazai, Barakiel, Kakabiel, Armeros, Sahariel, and Tamiel, right? Issei replied. Yes, indeed. And amongst them, Kakabiel is known as the most radical and aggressive, along with his followers. Just a few weeks ago he set about finding a lone sacred gear holder, and so intended to invite them to join the fallen angel, Rainier explained. I see. I presume the sacred gear holder is Asia then. But what happened to you? Issei asked. When Kakabiel came up with this plan at the last Grigori's meeting, my father got suspicious, and although he approved of it, he asked me and my friends to find out if Kakabiel has any hidden agendas. Suffice to say, he does, and that he has already known about our roles as spies, hence our condition now, Rainier explained further. TCH, that bastard don't seek. I swear I will have my revenge, the blue-haired fallen angel, Calla Warner, said. Be grateful we're still alive, Calla Warner. If not because of Rainier we will be roasted crows by now, the blonde, Middelt, consoled. Only you can be grateful in a situation like this, Middelt, Calla Warner replied. Wait, what actually this Kakabiel planned? And how can it be detrimental for the fallen angel? Issei asked. Hayato Dub-san, do you know the purpose of the Grigori? Rainier asked back. It's the governing body of the fallen angel, right? Issei answered unsurely. Yes, your answer can be said as correct. But Grigori also has another purpose, to watch over and protect the holder of the sacred gears, especially those who are alone and helpless. And what Kakabiel planned to do is the opposite of this purpose, Rainier answered. How so? Because he intends to steal Asia Argento's sacred gear, the Twilight Healing. What? It can be done. Issei exclaimed. Yes, through a specific ritual, one sacred gear can be moved to another's possession. Yet, it's not without its own sacrifice. The original owner of the sacred gear will die, Rainier answered. What? Asia will die. Issei thought as he remembered the blonde nun that he couldn't help but think as a little sister. Issei, Albion finally spoke again after all this time, now with a resolute tone. Yeah, I know, Issei replied to Albion. As Issei opened his mouth to say something to Rainier though, Rainier spoke first. Please, Hayato Dub-san, I know this might be unbecoming of me, but please, save Asia. I may have only known Asia for a short time, but she's a dear friend of mine, so please, save her, Rainier begged while bowing her head. Please, Calla Warner and Middelt followed her example. Well, I certainly can't just deny their request now, can I? Not like I'm going to deny it in the first place, Issei thought. Please, lift your head. Having 3 beautiful girls lowering their heads for me is quite heavy for my conscience. Besides, whether you ask me or not, I'm still going to save Asia. She's a friend, after all, and dragons always protect their packs, Issei said. Phew. Beautiful, he says. Rainier, looks like Ishek has a rival, don't you think? Calawarner teased as she and the others lifted their heads. Stop it, Calawarner. You know as well as I do that Hayato Dub-san here only has his eyes on Valiana-chan, right? Hayato Dub-san. Rainier asked Issei. What? Wait, what? Issei dumbfoundedly replied. The name Ishek rung a bell in his brain, though he couldn't put a face to the name at the moment. Phew. All right then, Hayato Dub-san, we shall take our leave now. My father will want to hear of this, though I am afraid we won't be able to bring any reinforcement to help you in time. I leave Asia to you, Rainier said as she and the other 2 fallen angels started to disappear through the use of magic circles. Wait, did you just say Valiana? Do you know her? How is she right now? Issei frantically asked. Phew. Why don't you find out yourself, Hayato Dub-san? Don't worry though, she is fine and looking forward to see you again, Rainier replied as she disappeared. So, she's fine. I'm glad, Issei said with a relieved expression. Albion said to Issei. Yeah, you're right. We should focus on saving Asia right now. Who knows when the ritual will begin, Issei replied. Focusing his mana to his legs, Issei once again used his enhancement magic. Kosa, Issei said as his magic circle appeared, and his legs were covered in familiar white and black-colored energy. All right, here we go, Issei said as he dashed quickly towards the hill where the infested church was situated. Asia, hold on. Issei was running towards the church as fast as he could when he noticed the barrier surrounding the church and one other detail that even other supernatural beings might not notice. The only reason Issei noticed it was because for his sensitive draconic sense, the first supernatural being scent he first smelled was a devil, and so it could be said that he's extremely sensitive for the species scent. And indeed, it was a devil that he sensed. You, who are you? Come out, you're a devil, aren't you? Issei said as he stopped before the small forest that was surrounding the abandoned church. At first, no one appeared, but then a person appeared from behind the trees. The person was a young man with a dark green hair and closed eyes. Though he appeared to be just like a normal teenager, Issei had no doubt that the person in question was a devil. So, you have showed yourself. Who are you? And what is your purpose here? Are you with the fallen angels? Issei confronted. Meanwhile, the devil just smiled in response while his eyes were still closed. Hey, I am asked, Issei tried to say before being cut off. Are all humans impolite like you? Just asking and confronting other people that you haven't met before, isn't that a bad thing to do? I wonder how my beloved Asia managed to make an acquaintance such as you. The devil said while still smiling, though it's clear he's mocking Issei. Stunned in response, Issei decided to apologize. Ugh. Sorry about that. I have a bad experience with a devil once and I guess all of this fiasco is stressing on me. Oh, a bad experience with a devil. With you still alive and well in the end. I guess you're not like any other human then. The devil's tone now changed into one of curiosity. Well, I guess. But right now, we're talking about you, right? The devil that was once saved by Asia Argento. Issei asked. From the slip of the devil's smile, Issei knew that his guess was spot on. How do you know? The devil's tone now became serious. What do you think I've been doing for these past 2 days? Of course I would research about any possible enemies that I might encounter if I have the time. I know that Fried Selzen is an artificial human created by the Sigurd Institute, and that Asia's excommunication from the church is because she healed you in the past, am I right? Issei said. Looks like I have to take back my opinion on you, human. It seems you're smarter than you appeared to be, the devil said. I get that a lot. So, Devil-san, what is your purpose here? Issei asked. Do you need to ask? Saving my beloved Asia, of course, the devil answered. By yourself. Why do you think I'm laying low here? With how many of those insects gathering around the blasted church, it'd be a hard job even for me to infiltrate the church and save my beloved Asia, the devil scoffed. I see. Then, how about we work together? It'll be better if we help each other, right? Issei offered. And what's in it for you? The devil asked. Well, Asia is my friend, and the pack always watch each other. Besides, it'd be hard for a stalker like you to do all of this by yourself, right? Stalker, why you? The devil scowled as he held back his anger. Oh, don't worry, it's not something bad for me. In fact, stalking is one of the quite sophisticated and hard way to court one's mate. One can't get too close, and yet also obviously can't get too far. Knowing to look for the opportunity and then strike at the right time, Issei nodded sagely. You're not a human, aren't you? The devil commented, just realizing the guy in front of him probably worked on different common sense than Norm. Did you just realize it? Issei retorted. Whatever, at least this means you are probably useful, the devil sighed in exasperation. He then offered his hand. Deodora Astaroth, the now identified devil said. Taking the offered hand, Issei replied, Hayato Dub Issei. Noticing how Issei's lack of reaction to his name, Deodora let out a small genuine smile that was unnoticed by the former. Then, shall we, Hayato Dub-san? Hiding among the trees, Issei and Deodora observed the stray priests and the rogue mages that guarded the church's perimeter. Damn, I don't expect they also have rogue mages with them, Issei said. I thought you said you did your research, Deodora deadpanned. I did. I just didn't expect them to be here since I was of the mind that this is a discreet operation. Rogue mages and their magic are just not really subtle in my opinion, Issei replied. Did you just make a pun? Deodora deadpanned again. I know it's a bad joke. Can you do something about the magic with your clan powers? Akashic formula. Issei asked. Oh, it seems you're quite informed regarding my clan. Deodora raised an eyebrow. I like being informed of my potential enemies. Thank you, Issei replied. Good reasoning. And the answer is, I can. I can negate their magic using my clan power, but I can't do the same against the stray exorcists' light swords. My brother hasn't taught me that far, Deodora said. I can handle the exorcists. Your brother? Issei asked. It's a long story, and we better be hurry. It's been 2 days since Asia got here, and if not for the crows that helped her, Asia won't be alive for this long, Deodora said in a serious tone. You're right, Kruba, Issei said in a similar manner as the familiar claws formed on his hands. Draconic enhancement. So that's what you are. All right, let's go. Both of them then charged towards the church's perimeter. The guards, not expecting the surprise attack from trespassers, only two no less, hurriedly readied themselves. As the mages preparing their spells, Issei signaled Deodora, prompting the devil to use his power to negate the spells through sheer calculation. Issei, on the other hand, went straight to the middle of the enemies and started to wreak havoc there using his claws, bisecting any that went near him, with Deodora also giving air support through his own spells. Albion suddenly asked as Issei cut apart an exorcist into two. Not really. Even after what Dad did to prepare me, I'm still uncomfortable with having to kill any other beings, Issei answered. Yeah, but if I want to protect Anna, especially from that bastard, then this will be something I might have to do, reluctant or not. Even if my future is drenched dark in blood, if it's for her, I will do it. Good determination, Issei. Then I shall help you. Both Issei and Albion shouted as they summoned Divine Dividing, causing surprise among their enemies. Deodora, meanwhile, although also surprised, managed to get his bearing and once again attacked the enemies. With the added help of Divine Dividing, they managed to kill all of the stray exorcists and rogue mages in no time. Quick, to the church basement, Deodora shouted, destroying the church's door and the altar, hiding the secret stairs leading to the basement using his claws. Issei and Deodora arrived to see a fallen angel wearing a trench coat and a fedora hat, presumably Donasik, and the last stray exorcist, Fried Selzin, standing in front of a crucified Asia. Fortunately, she seemed to be still alive, only unconscious. See, I told you, Donasik, the brat will come. I don't expect the addition though, Fried smirked. TCH, if not because of that spoiled girl, we would have succeeded by now, Donasik grunted. Astaroth, which one will you take? Issei asked. The crow. I hope you can handle the stray, Deodora replied. Absolutely, Issei said as he sported a bloodthirsty grin not unlike his father. Then let's go. Charging towards their respective opponent, Issei readied his claws as Deodora prepared his spells. Wielding his light sword, Fried clashed with Issei. It seemed after the last fight where he found out that Issei was immune to the holy bullets, Fried decided to stick to the melee. Meanwhile Issei, who knew that he didn't have much time, decided to forgo his usual combat style and change into a more parry-based stance, hoping that it would help in defeating Fried faster. Keheh. This time you will really die, rare breed, Fried chuckled maniacally as he aimed at Issei's midsection. I'm the one who is supposed to kill you, you damn lunatic. It's payback time, Issei replied as he dodged the strike and aimed at the stray exorcist's right hand, hoping to cripple the latter's sword hand. The FFD, you wish. I'll make sure to disembowel you and that shitty devil and make you see me raping that bitch's corpse after Donasik's done with her, Fried taunted as he struck at Issei's left side. Knowing that the madman was trying to provoke him, Issei stayed silent as he dodged the blow and returned the attack. Each following swing of the light sword kept getting dodged or parried by the half-dragon. This continued for a while, but with constant divide from Divine Dividing, it's clear that Fried was reaching his limit. Shit, no, I'm not going to fall here. Fried then went on a desperate strike aimed at Issei's heart, noticing that he overreached himself in the process. Issei, yeah, Kosa, Issei whispered as the draconic enhancement appeared on his legs. Quickly sidestepping the exorcist's attack, Issei went to his enemy's back with speed boost from the enhancement. But you're exactly going to fall here, Fried, Issei replied as his clawed right hand went into Fried's back and grasping his beating heart. Goodbye, Issei said as he crushed the heart. As he released the dying madman, he could hear a whispered denial from the exorcist's mouth as the latter bleed out to death. Staring at the corpse with a regretful expression on his face, Issei quickly snapped himself out from his stupor. Looking towards the other fight, Issei could see that while the fight wasn't as one-sided as his, it's still one-sided nonetheless. Every light spears that Donasik launched at Deodora quickly got dispelled using Akashic formula, and while some of Deodora's spells missed, much more of them hit their target. Impossible. How can I be defeated by a lowly devil? Donasik grunted in denial as he covered his bleeding stomach. Takaku, let me answer you then. This lowly devil is Deodora Astaroth, the heir of the Astaroth clan, and the younger brother of Adjika Beelzebub, the current Beelzebub, Deodora answered with unconcealed mirth. Why? Donasik lost his words at what he had just heard. And seeing that my companion has finished, maybe we should also finish this charade, Deodora continued as he formed countless magic circles that caged in the fallen angel. Akashic Formula. Calculate, light spears. Analyze, modify, dark spears. Deodara chanted as the green-colored demonic version of the fallen angel's light spears appeared from the magic circles. Ennuo. Donasik screamed in disbelief as his body was impaled by Deodara's countless spears, reducing him into what appeared to be just a single feather once Deodara ended his onslaught. Goodbye, Crow, Deodara sneered as he folded his wings and landed. Oi, Astaroth, if you can do that, why not finish him earlier and help me? Issei asked with an annoyed tone. Well, truthfully, I can't even do that instantly. I need time to calculate, analyze, and modify the ability. And besides, I still want to see how far is your capability, and even then, now I know you're still hiding your full powers, Deodara answered. Fair enough, Issei admitted with a shrug. Come on, Dub, we don't have enough time. I know you can smell the devils that are coming here, and I know what is their intention. I won't let my beloved Asia to be reincarnated into such a lowly peerage, Deodara said condescendingly, but Issei could smell that his statement of protecting Asia from his fellow devils was sincere. All right, Issei complied as he broke the chains holding Asia to the cross. Stepping to teleportation magic circle that Deodara had created while holding the unconscious Asia, the three of them then disappeared from the church's basement. Not a moment after that, 4 devils that Issei had smelled and Deodara had detected arrived at the place. One of them was the red-haired Rias Gremory, while the other was the black-haired Hanjuma Akino. The last girl of the group was the short, white-haired Tauju Kaneko, the so-called mascot of Kyo Academy. And the last member of the group, and the only male, was a young man with short blonde hair, bluish-gray eyes, and mole under his left eye. Chiba Yuuto, the famous prince of Kyo Academy. Butchu, it seems we're too late, the short girl, Kaneko, said. Yeah, I can sense the leftover magic here. They just left a moment ago, and one of them at least is a devil. It seems we've been outraced. Akino, can you detect where they teleported to? Rias asked. I'm sorry, Butchu, but the user of the magic circle must be a really strong mage. I can't detect his destination, Akino said in a sad tone while shaking her head. I see. If only the barrier hasn't prevented us from teleporting in. Yuto, do you know how many people did all of this? From what I see, we're talking about at least 2 people. One magic-oriented and one melee-oriented. I assume the devil is the magic user. The melee user is not using any conventional weapons, however. Those wounds, these kinds of injuries are caused by claws, meaning we're probably not talking about a normal being, even by supernatural standard, Kiba answered. Those answers just made the distressed Rias much more unnerved. As she bit her nails, she muttered. First the stray devil, now the fallen angels. What is actually happening in this town? Once the teleport process finished, Issei, Deodara, and the unconscious Asia arrived at the part of the forest near where Issei met Deodara for the first time. Deodara quickly checked Asia's condition. How is she? Issei asked. She's fine, just unconscious. The most important question is what we are going to do with her now, Deodara answered. What about you? What are you going to do? Issei asked again. Well, the initial plan is to rescue her silently under those crows' noses and to hide her in hell. But now I know that it won't do any good for her when we think about her status as a human, even one with a sacred gear, Deodara replied. Can't you do something? Well, I can use my evil pieces to turn her to a devil, but that will make me no different than those devils that chase after her, don't you think? I see. Well, I guess you pass, Issei said. Huh, wait what? Deodara asked in confusion. I just want to see how sincere you're feeling to Asia, and I guess you're really serious about her. So how about you let Asia live in my house? Maybe my parents will even adopt her, and you can visit her every time you want to, Issei nonchalantly offered. What? Deodara was really surprised that he opened his usually closed green eyes. So, how about it? Do you accept my offer? Issei asked. Wait, so that question at the start is just a test? Deodara asked dumbfoundedly. What else? I just want to check whether you're really serious about Asia or not. Like I said, the pack is the most important thing for a dragon, remember. Issei replied. What if it turns out I'm not sincere towards Asia? What will you do? Deodara asked, still with his eyes opened. Well, better not dwell on it, it won't be pretty for you anyway. Now come on, carry Asia with you. We're going to slip past those devils and go to my house while they're still in the abandoned church, Issei said nonchalantly as he turned around. Hey, of course you're the one to carry her. Who's courting Asia, anyway? Issei asked cheekily. Dub, Deodara glowered. Just shut up and carry her, Astaroth, Issei said with a smirk as he walked away. The sullen Astaroth then followed after him while carrying Asia. Soon enough, they arrived at the Hayato Dub household. The first thing that happened was Tomo fussing over her son and Chrome congratulating Issei for finishing his enemies just like he would have done. Fortunately, since Issei actually managed to get home unscratched, both he and Chrome were safe from Tomo's wrath, and Chrome didn't have to sleep on the couch until New Year. They only noticed the unconscious Asia and Deodara after that. Issei gave Deodara a glare that told him not to tell anyone what had happened because what his mother had done was clearly embarrassing and no one needed to know it. But that didn't mean only Issei went through such things though. After Issei explained what had happened, Deodara went through what he would later said as in-law's interrogation. Because since Issei's parents actually went through with his idea on adopting Asia, she could be said as Issei's sister, and therefore, Issei could be called as Deodara's brother-in-law to be, a fact that somewhat amused Issei to no end. At that moment, Deodora was really grateful that he's actually serious about Asia, because he now could imagine what Issei said earlier about it wouldn't end well for him in case he wasn't sincere. But before the adoption idea could be finalized, Asia needed to wake up first. It was a few hours later that Asia regained his consciousness. Asia, are you alright? Issei asked in worry. Huh, Issei-san. Where am I? Asia asked in confusion. Right now you're in my house, Asia. What is the last thing that you remember? Issei asked. I remember Donosik-san and Father Fried trying to take my sacred gear through some ritual, and then when Rainier-san and others found out, they tried to stop them but then got injured and forced to run away. Oh, right. What happened to Rainier-san and the others? Are they all right? Asia hurriedly asked. Don't worry, Asia, they're fine. I last saw them getting back to the Grigori after telling me what happened to you, Issei answered. Really? I'm glad, Asia said in relief. But what about Donosik-san, Father Fried, and the others? What happened to them? Asia continued asking. We exterminated them. That's happened, Deodora said as he appeared on the room. Why you are, Devil-san, Asia gasped in surprise. My beloved Asia, you don't know how glad I'm to hear that you still remember me. Truly, my feelings are not unlike those flowers who, Deodora was cut off in the middle of his cheesy monologue by Issei who hit his head. Stop spouting nonsense, Astaroth. Look, she's clearly confused and embarrassed, Issei said, pointing at the red-faced Asia. HMPH, she's clearly just shy after not meeting this Handome self after a long time, you uncultured brute. You clearly don't know how to be romantic, Deodora replied. Are you looking for a fight, Astaroth? Issei taunted. Yeah, bring it on, Deodora replied. Please don't fight, Asia tried to separate the two idiots. That's right, you two. You're in front of a lady, so act like gentlemen, will you? A pair of iron fans then descended and hit both Issei's and Deodora's heads. Gah, both of them cried in pain. You are? Asia asked. It's nice to see you finally awake, Asia-chan. My name is Hayato Tamo, this idiot boy's mother. You can just call me Tamo. The now identified Tamo gently introduced herself to Asia. Issei-san's mother. Asia asked. Yes, and the one over there is my Huband, Issei's father, Chrome Dub. Like me, you can just call him Chrome. Tamo looked at Chrome who was standing a bit far from there. He could see that his wife was still a bit irritated from their son's earlier antics and knew it would be safer for now to put a short distance from his wife. It's nice to finally see you, Asia. Issei told us a lot about you, Chrome said. Issei-san did? Asia asked in confusion. I brought the unconscious you here, thinking that you might need treatment. Mom and Dad were the ones who healed you, Issei answered after he managed to soothe the headache. I see. Nice to meet you too, Tamo-san, Chrome-san. And, thank you for treating me, Asia thanked the couple while smiling. Tamo, who just stayed silent for a couple of seconds, then suddenly squealed and hugged Asia, prompting an EA from the nun. What's wrong, Tamo-san? Did I just said something wrong? Asia asked in worry. No, nothing's wrong. It's just, you're just too cute. Chrome, we definitely have to keep her. Please. Tamo just kept squealing as she hugged Asia's close to her 110 centimeters breasts. Somehow I'm a bit jealous, Chrome absent-mindedly said. Oh, wait, what the hell am I saying? Anyway, since Tamo mentioned it, why not? How about you, Asia, do you mind? Chrome asked. Before that, can I know what Devil-san means by extermination? And no, are you saying that? We killed them, Asia, all of them. I freed myself while Astaroth finished Donosik, Issei grimly said. But, couldn't we at least resolve it peacefully? Asia asked as tears started to appear on her eyes. Asia, Issei said in sadness. Sighing, Deodora kneeled and took Asia's hand in his. My beloved Asia, I know that you hate bloodshed, but please know that we, only did this for your safety. If they managed to complete the ritual, you would die as your very life is connected to your sacred gear. While it's true that Dub helped me, even without his help I would still try to save you, regardless of the consequences. You saved my life once, Asia, and for that, I'm willing to fight against all of the three factions for you, Deodora said gently. Devil-san, Asia said in disbelief. Please, call me Deodora. After all, it's my name, Deodora Astaroth, Deodora said. Deodora-san, why doing all of this just for me? Asia asked, now crying. Because I love you, of course, beloved Asia. Isn't that obvious? Deodora gently smiled with his eyes opened. Asia squeaked while her face turned red. I know that this might feel so sudden for you, but please know that I've been in love with you ever since all those years ago when you saved me. I know that you might want to have time to think about it, but please, can you at least give me a chance to bring you to a few dates? Deodora asked. Not knowing what to say, Asia turned to Issei, silently asking for his opinion. TCH, just accept it, Asia, Issei answered. While the guy is annoying and a bit of a jerk. Hey, I personally think he is a good guy. Isn't that right, Astaroth? Issei turned to Deodora who just stared at the former with murderous stare due to his earlier comment. After hearing Issei's opinion, Asia thought for a while before giving her answer. Alright, then I'll be in your care, Deodora-san, Asia said with a really red face. At her answer, Deodora just let out a really big smile. I'm just going to have a daughter but she's already getting a boyfriend. Oh, we should pick some clothes for you to wear at your dates, Asia-chan. Tomo energetically said as she hugged Asia again. Sister, boyfriend, somehow I regretted saying that to Asia. Issei silently thought. Daughter, boyfriend, somehow I won't fill that devil full of holes with my shotgun. Wait, what am I talking about? I don't have a shotgun. Chrome then tried to clear his mind. Wonderful. Turns out my host and his father are overprotective. This isn't going to end well, Albion whispered to himself. After managing to clear his mind, Chrome coughed and then continued his earlier proposal. So, how about it, Asia? Do you mind if Tomo and I adopted you? Chrome asked again. Adoption? Asia asked. Well, to be honest, this won't be like your normal adoption. Blood adoption essentially changed the adopted's genetics to be close to the ones who are doing the adoption, but without changing any of the strength and power that the adopted has already had. When I healed you earlier, I noticed that you somehow have a really good compatibility with the Dragonkin, and in case you didn't realize, both me and Issei are dragons, hence why I offered you this, Chrome explained. How am I compatible with the Dragonkin? Asia asked in confusion. To be honest, I don't know. It probably has something to do with luck, destiny, and whatnot. And don't worry, you won't outright turn into a dragon. Like those who are born with dragon form have to train to attain human form, so do the ones who initially have human form have to train to attain dragon form, Chrome explained. Ah, I see, Asia said. So, how is it? Do you mind if we become your family? Chrome asked while grinning. Asia paused as she looked around her, at Issei who once again was arguing with Deodora, at the smiling Tomo, and at the grinning Chrome. After a while, she gave her answer. Yes, I want to. I really want to have a family, Asia answered as she sniffed. Yes, I finally have a daughter. Come here to Mom. Tomo shouted as she, once again, hugged Asia. Mom. Asia stuttered as she didn't know how to react. Ease up on the girl, Tomo. Now follow me, we will do the adoption ritual at the back room, Chrome chuckled as he walked away. As the rest of the Hayato Dub household followed though, Deodora grabbed Issei's shoulder. Wait a minute, Dub. TCH, what is it? Asteroth. Issei asked, annoyed. Tell me, there is one Riaz Gremory that goes to your school, right? Deodora asked back. The red-haired one, right? Yeah, what is it? Smiling mysteriously, Deodora asked again, do you mind if I ask you a favor, Dub? Do you mind if I ask you a favor, Dub? Deodora asked. What is it? Issei replied. You don't need to worry about that for now. I just want to know whether you are willing to help or not, Deodora said. Oh well, whatever, sign me in, Issei nonchalantly said. I will hold to it then. Deodora smiled mysteriously. It's been a few days since then, and yet he still hasn't contacted me yet. Damn it, that Asteroth, what does he want, really? Issei thought as he stood alone on the rooftop. It had been a few days since the fiasco with the fallen angels. The adoption ritual had worked successfully, and now Asia had gone to Kyo Academy on a year under him as his sister, now legally named as Hayato Dub Asia. Even now he could see her eating lunch together with her new friends. Her now white hair and red eyes, the after effects of the ritual, evident among the black-haired and brunette Japanese. Thankfully, since everyone knew about Issei's father being a foreigner, they chalked Asia's appearance up as genetics from his father. Though she's more like Mom rather than Dad, Issei commented. Issei, stop staring at her every minute. There are no boys that go near her, Albion sighed as he told Issei. I don't know what you're talking about, Issei said. Albion countered. I'm not an overprotective brother, Issei said back. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. This kind of exchange went on and on until the end of the break. Say, why don't you guys go near Hayato's sister? The brunette, Murayama, asked the perverted duo that hanged around the courtyard. In return, the duo just stared at her strangely. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, I know. You must be thinking perverted things about me, don't you? Murayama accused. The duo just stared at her longer before shrugging and went back to anything they're doing before. Hey, this is strange. They never acted like this before, the pink-haired cat ace that was near Murayama remarked. Murayama just nodded in response. After a while, Madohama decided to tell the girl, well, for one, she's Issei's sister, and although we haven't seen her all in our life, we have always thought of him as our brother in anything but blood, therefore you can say that Asia is also our sister. But isn't there a fetish about little sister though? Murayama countered. It's good if she's our little sister, but she isn't, so she's off limit, Matsuda scoffed. And never saw her. I thought you and Hayato are childhood friends. Cadiz asked. Well, Issei said that she was very sickly as a child and therefore had to go overseas for treatment. Makes sense, Madohama answered. Going overseas. Wait, what are Hayato's parents' jobs, really, to be able to afford that? Murayama asked. Last I remembered, his mother is your normal housewife, while his father is, what is he again, Madohama? Matsuda said. Ex-Irish mafia, Madohama nonchalantly answered. Oh yeah, no wonder his father has that scary expression of his. The guy is really cool though, Matsuda added. Mafia, Murayama and Cadiz shouted in surprise and fright. Now that I think about it, is that how Issei found that girl that one time we played together? Madohama thought aloud. Huh, what girl? Matsuda asked in confusion. You know, Issei's girlfriend. The one that you took photo of with Issei using your camera. Madohama said as he tried to rein in his annoyance. Oh, that girl. The one with silver hair, right. If I remember correctly, her name is Anna, right. Damn, I'm sure she must be a beauty now. Issei sure is a damn lucky guy, Matsuda laughed. Wait, Hayato has a girlfriend. I have never heard about it before, Katasa said in surprise. Well, not a girlfriend per se. You see, we used to play around with this girl named Irina, though Issei thinks she is a boy, the idiot. One day, she went to Europe due to her parents' work, and so we had one less person in our group. We told Issei to find one more person, and Issei found her. Issei told me he found her alone in the park, though I doubt it, Madohama said. How so? Matsuda dumbly asked. Matsuda, one does not simply find a beautiful girl with foreign appearance wearing expensive clothes alone in a park in Japan. Issei told me she ran away from her grandpa since apparently he abused her and caused her parents' deaths. Although Issei didn't tell me much, I can imagine what actually happened, Madohama explained, moving his glasses. Please do explain then, Detective Madohama, Murayama said, clearly really intrigued to even act civil with Madohama. Adjusting his glasses again, Madohama told the three his conjecture. All right. First, I think that the girl is an heiress from another mafia family. Due to bad relations with the grandfather or other reasons, her parents and her grandfather probably fought each other that ended up with one of them leaving the mafia family. The problem began when the grandfather decided to track her family and decided to have his retribution, which, if Issei was to be believed, ended up with Anna's parents dead. After suffering abuse by her grandfather for a time though, Anna probably managed to run away and ask for help from her parents' acquaintance. The acquaintance then probably turned to one of his ex-colleagues for help, which was probably Issei's father, causing the meeting between Issei and Anna. Are you sure it's not a coincidence, though? Kades asked in doubt over Madohama's explanation. Well, the last evidence is that when we played tomorrow, Issei told me that Anna went back home so that she couldn't play with us anymore. When I asked him the reason, he said that Anna's grandfather came yesterday after we came home, and that although Issei tried to go against him, he still lost in the end. Fortunately, Issei's father and his colleague came in time and managed to drive away him, so Anna didn't have to come back with him. Since his father and the colleague clearly knew each other, isn't that proof enough that Issei's father at least has some sort of connection with the mafia world? Madohama elaborated. I see. Well, that's quite the convincing proof, Kades admitted. Oh, and if you need another proof, there's also another one that I can tell you, Matsuda suddenly said. Matsuda, did you mean that incident? Madohama asked while showing a disagreeing expression. What incident? Both Murayama and Kades asked in excitement. What I'm about to tell you better don't spread, all right. It has something to do with why Issei and we transferred to this school, Madohama said. I thought the three of you transferred to this school because of the girls, the same reason as the others, Murayama said. It might be the case if it's only me and Matsuda, but Issei doesn't have any reason to transfer, Madohama answered. And it's also one of the reasons why we don't go near Issei's sister, and also why insulting Issei's family is a really bad idea, Matsuda continued. So, what actually happened? Stop stalling already, Kades shouted. Looking at each other, Madohama and Matsuda then nodded. Issei, his family probably killed someone from our school, Matsuda answered. What? Kades said in disbelief. Said guy was a bully back in our old school. One day, he saw on his photo that Issei accidentally dropped from his wallet, and said things that shouldn't be said since he though Issei's into foreign girls. Everything was fine, until he also said things about Anna. We saw Issei's expression changed into this really scary and cold one. We knew then that the bully fucked up. Nothing else happened for the rest of the day, but when tomorrow came, we got news that the bully's house was burned down, with the bully and the rest of his family trapped inside. Sure, there's no evidence that could incriminate Issei, but everyone became afraid of him ever since, hence why he transferred to Kyoto, Madohama explained. And you're not afraid of him? Murayama opened her mouth after being quiet for a moment. Of course not. Issei's our friend, and we also know our limits. In fact, I already offered to beat up the bully back then, but Issei refused. Turned out he already had his own plan, Matsuda snorted. Looking Matsuda up and down, Murayama said, Are you sure? You don't look strong at all. Just Matsuda used to be part of one of the sport clubs in our old school. He only joined the photography club this year, Madohama snorted. For perverted reasons, I'm sure, Kades said. You got it right, Matsuda said with a smile. Sadly, his answer prompted the two kendo club members to beat up the perverted duo again. Meanwhile, our murderer was currently talking to someone which was clearly supernatural in nature, evident from the green magic circle near his ear. The old school building. You mean the one that now is used as the Orc's base? Why do we have to go there? Issei asked. Because that's connected to the favor that I asked from you. Deodora's voice could be heard from the magic circle. How is that connected at all? Do you know who is the current president of the Orc? Rias Gremory. I see. So the Orc is just a smokescreen for her peerage, huh? But what are you going to do with the Gremory's peerage? Hoo-hoo-hoo, now that would be telling. Just make sure to come to the building at 3 p.m. Oh, and make sure to wear something that can hide your identity. We don't want anyone to know you're a student of Kyoto Academy, after all. Fine, I'll trust you on this one. With that Issei cut off the link. Huff, what the fuck am I getting myself into? Welcome to Devil's Politics, Issei, Albion said with a teasing tone. Shut up, Albion. At 3 p.m., in a place near the old school building but was hidden from public eyes, two magic circle could be seen. One was green colored while the other was white and black colored. Soon enough 2 figures appeared from the teleportation magic circles. One was Deodora, though he now wore casual clothes that consisted of black hoodie with the Astaroth emblem on the back, green shirt, dark green cargo pants, and sneakers. The other one though, really, Dub, really, Deodora said with a twitching eye as he looked at his companion. What Issei currently wore was the complete opposite of Deodora's. He wore semi-heavy white armor with clawed hands and feet, and black bodysuit with traditional hakama, ballooning pants that were common in samurai. He also wore an elaborate white faceless mask that had long white silver hair tied on the mane. All of the armored sections of the armor also featured fully functional black eyes with slit pupils, making it really frightening. This is the only thing that I can find in my house, and apparently this is something that my mother made for my father a long time ago. Don't know how or why she made it though, Issei replied. Right, whatever. Let's go in, Deodora said as he stepped into the orc's building. So, gonna tell what we're going to do? Issei asked. Smiling mysteriously, Deodora answered, we're going to crash a wedding, of course. Okay, sadly the chapter is over. And if you enjoyed, just leave a like and subscribe with post notification, so when the next chapter is ready, you will be notified. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.